Welcome back into the Halloween House of Horrors. JK. I know some of the videos from the last time I filmed with Wesley got like messed up. So some of the Halloween stuff's still here if you didn't get to see it properly before. So yeah, I completely forgot that Kathleen had a baby. And I was like, what? She had another baby? And then I was like, wait, I went through this pregnancy with her. I just totally forgot about this now toddler. Oh my gosh, the toddler's the same age as MJ. So yeah, Stacy's dead. That happened. I'm trying to think what else I need to catch up on. Braden aged up. He's a preteen now. He aged up with emotionally unavailable, and he's got like a bunch of piercings. He's like, you know, my dad grew up in the scene, and I'm just kind of cool by associate. Like, I'm cool without trying, because my dad's this big time music producer, and yeah, he's vibing. I wasn't sure exactly where that was leading him, but I went with he wants to be wealthy, because I think that goes with like the he's cool, friends and people will naturally like come to him and think he's cool. His dad's a big time music producer, but he grew up in this tiny crappy house, so he's like, I would love to get out and actually have money for once. And that also fits with being practical. All that stuff kind of makes him more interesting to me, so the odds that I'm actually going to stay with him are kind of way higher now, which is rough because there's too many children now. Cooper, you're not any part of the gene pool. I'm not staying with you. You can't be too cute, okay? It's not allowed. He's pretty cute. I'm trying to think, could he date MJ? Technically, that's not family, right? Because Kathleen's not married into the family, and she's only linked to Eric by blood. Cooper is the child of Aaron and Kathleen. So I feel like that's kosher. But yeah, Braden aged up with emotionally unavailable because he grew up watching the cluster mess of Wesley and Stacy, his mom, who then died. So basically and also Wesley fighting with Kathleen for like the first half of his life before they kind of got on good terms. Yeah, that makes sense. So he doesn't really know like how to have a good relationship. He's scared to kind of open himself up to people. I wanted to show, I was clicking because I wanted to show kind of where other people are at. Yeah, Rowan, I think I had already shown in a video that I gave her a little makeover. Melon still has aged up. Elias is married. Maria Burgess, which means he aged up, and that totally went by my notice. But yeah, he called into Rowan's house. I was like, by the way, I got married. So I'd really like to go over and meet the wife at some point, but I don't know with which family or with what. I was kind of really excited to go back and play with Ryder, and I was like, I kind of want to play with Lindsay. I never got to do her politician career, and I was like, okay, well, let me do Braden's makeover first. So I did Braden's makeover, and now I'm here, and he's a preteen, and I'm like, he's only going to be a preteen for a little bit of time. Like, I should stay here. So yeah, let me talk while I'm setting them to do stuff. Looks like you have to go to work. If none of the videos have said this already, he's a big cooking guy. He was a fry cook, but I officially put him in the chef career, so he's doing that now. Kathleen is an aspiring influencer who's cleaning the grill, I guess. Right now we don't have a computer, which is really hindering her ability to do stuff. You know what, let me pause it and get them set, and then I can keep talking. Alright. They aged up so interesting. It's tough. I gotta leave one of these families at some point, someday. Okay, the boys are going out for a jog. Eric, as we may remember, is our sporty jock man who is trying to live up to the expectations since his family is kind of a mess. Okay, Braden just aged up, so he has got this now. This is one of Kiara Sims-Formon's Dynamic Teen Life, and it's set. He doesn't care about being popular, and he's a rebel rouser. That kind of makes sense, because I was like, he's kind of a, so I can change it, he's kind of a cool llama, but the problem is he's currently in school with Eric, and Eric is a cool llama, and I kind of feel like he wouldn't want, oh no, He's a womp jock, isn't he? Oh yeah, he's a womp jock. I'm confusing my teenagers. I think Ryder is the cool llama. He's definitely a cool llama. Then him and Ryder are gonna be like buds. Okay. So yeah, Wesley is just getting his charisma up for work. He has one thing left here, which is to receive an award. He's released a couple of tracks. I guess they're not up to snuff. Yeah, and this is a spoiled baby who probably was spoiled because they're raised in this mess. But yeah, basically, so the goal is when Wesley makes some money and really hits his stride as a big-time music producer, we are moving to Hollywood, and we won't have a tiny house anymore. And I was going to do that later, but now it's later, so I guess we're working on that now. I was actually going to do Rowan's wedding before I left her. She's like, just having this child be spoiled annoys me. No, come on, you gotta love your child. I guess she'll get over that when he ages out of that trait. Ryder became good friends with Braden. Yeah, I was like, he's the cool llama. And I guess this other person called Jody. Let's see. I can watch Eric jog while I'm talking. Okay, so I was with Scrub House for a while. I feel like I didn't film most of it because a lot of it was like me trying to do the milestones and get them promotions. But basically, Rowan, who is this dude? Is he a teenager? Who are you? Why are you here? He's also trying to be super fit, and him and Aaron they jog a bunch, but oh yeah, he wants to be team captain. This is important. Team captain, you need to football. Oh, he can football with Braden now because Braden's old enough. Where's Braden? Braden also is going to talk to him. Okay. Football with your brother. I'm sure he's not as good at it as you. That'll make you feel better about your life. Okay. So I'm trying to think. The highlights basically of what happened when I was with Rowan. She started a new job as a private teacher, and she's kind of feeling it because she's always been very smart and academically minded, and she ended up asking me to choose the teacher specialty for her. This is also Kiara Sims 4 mod, and I don't know if this is something about like all of the private teachers, like if it's based on her skills and the skills that she has, because one skill that she had really high is violin, and it was only giving me instruments for her to be a private teacher for, and I was like, oh, absolutely violin. She actually loves the violin. We just didn't want to go into like a violinist career. Yeah, these brothers are not the bestest of friends. So didn't want her to go into a violinist career, and therefore, you know, teaching kids violin and kind of gentle parenting them, maybe the way that she would have liked to be gentle parented, like that is a vibe. It's the first job that's actually resonating with her. She's still having a lot of commitment issues, but I'm kind of thinking / hoping that will resolve when she gets married. But we shall see. I was going to get her married, and I didn't. And she will the next time I go visit her, probably. Christy's really hitting her stride as an EMT. One tricky thing is managing all the skill gains for her and stuff, and focusing on that. She did less drugs just by nature of, like, me telling her to do all this other stuff and kind of losing focus on that. So she is doing more drugs, yeah, but she's not that addicted. She just likes smoking weed every once in a while. It's chill. And I'm trying to get her involved back in the romances she's in, and I'm trying to make her some more friends, because I've tried to break up a lot of couples, and they're all like, yeah, sure, yeah, right. And I don't know how much of that is her reputation versus, like, they're not friends and they don't trust her, versus, it's rebate day, isn't it? They don't trust her versus, okay, let's get you to do other stuff. Well, they really should have a private bathroom downstairs. You can go do whatever you feel like. You can get some food, I guess. We actually have a chef now, so we're actually going to get some real food. See, he makes real food and stuff. We'll just leave it inspired to eat that. We need another song to license, but you work tomorrow, don't you? Yeah, I think we need to sleep first. Probably need a social media presence for fame, too. Also, I should get rid of this because there's no baby anymore. But let me finish what I was saying before the video runs out of time. So, oh, I know you can nap, and I'll get that time back later. Oh, they're doing flashcards, cute. So yeah, she's hanging out with Chrissy is hanging out with Rhiannon again, and with Caleb, kind of doing that, and she's making other friends so that she can get their interests, kind of, and then once they trust her, she can be like, break up with who you're with, and then her objective will be fulfilled. And I'm going to try and see if I can still, she's not at an atrocious reputation anymore, and I'm going to see if I can kind of still keep that, at least slightly, the situation. Wait, where'd your food just go? Eat it. Yeah. So if that's the situation, okay, I'm just going to pause it and finish my speech because we're running out of time. So, yeah, you can look at this beautiful ghost while I say, I want her to do this aspiration with the atrocious reputation intact. And as she makes more friends and does less mean things, her reputation becomes less atrocious. So I'm going to try to do mean things to the people who are not her friends, but not to the people that are. And speaking of which, you remember Kaysen. You know, he was Rowan's high school boyfriend. They were still super close. He married someone. Christy hate-wooed him. They broke up. Yeah, he died. He married Kirsten Kay, which you'll remember is both of Rowan and Christy's bad girlfriend and the drug dealer. He married her, which explains why he was doing so much drugs all the time. And, yeah, then he died. So, yeah. Who am I saying? Yeah, so now Kirsten is an Angley. I don't know if she got remarried. I was debating, like, am I going to try to break them up or not? I'm like, that's kind of an interesting development, but it's sad that he died, and obviously, you know, to get a scholarship, you need good grades, do your homework. Obviously, you need good grades to... Ooh, epic stories? Obviously, you need good grades to get a scholarship. So, yeah, get on that. Quick summary of other people. Let's see. Yeah, Imani's just working on both her aspiration and pet shelter promotions, which are both doing pet-related things. We had some days in the dog park, met a bunch of new pets, had pet play dates with them, got to feel the love with them a bunch, so we're almost done with all of those aspirations. Yeah, and I think that's why I was getting kind of like bored, because I was like, it's just promotions now. And of course Jaime is still cute and awesome. He's getting promoted in his world of security, and even though that's maybe not what he wants to do, you know, he's doing it. And yeah, so that's basically what you missed at Scrub House. I hope you enjoyed seeing that while we looked at Wesley's house. Oh, this is actually a really good shot. You kind of see almost everybody in it except Wesley himself. Cute, wholesome moments. Anyway. Yeah, so now we're back here. We got all the children's, and, you know, actually the part where Kathleen was pregnant with Cooper could have been some of the video that got messed up. So, sorry if that's the case. For reals. Let's see. What happens now? I guess I'm gonna focus on trying to, get Wesley rich, get him that money, so that, he can... See, look how buff he is. He's trying to be a bodybuilder. I think he was trying to be a bodybuilder. This is not correct. No, Eric's gonna eventually be a bodybuilder. That's why I'm getting confused. Anyway. Yeah, so the mission here is, like, get rich, be teenagers and preteens, and then maybe I'll go check in with Lindsay, and then maybe I'll go check in with Ryder, and then maybe we'll go back to Melanie. Yeah, that's it.